Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Let's Be Real. I'm Joe Mambo.
Your boy Big Sure.
Yo. How you doing? How you doing, big fella?
I'm good. I'm
Chilling.
good. I'm in good spirits.
Oh, okay. What's up? How come? I
No,
mean,
no, I'm just in general. We have everything going on. I'm just in good spirits today.
okay, you lifted today.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys, this is episode 108, and episode is called Battle of LA. If you don't know, the NBA season restarted. We talked about it a few times on this show. And game one was a great game to kick it all off. It was the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Los Angeles Lakers, and the victory for the Lakers, 103 to 101. Obviously, LeBron had the two clutch stops, getting the ball out of Kawhi's hand and transitioning to guard Paul George, or how Skip likes to call him, George Paul, in the final moments of games. But
George Paul.
nonetheless, the Lakers did win the game. Obviously, the Clippers were shorthanded with Trez, and Chicken Wing Lou wasn't there. But
He was quarantining with the doggy bag he got from Magic City.
word. But what's some takeaways that you take from the game, Big Sean?
That was that was a bad win
Yeah,
because it took all that energy to beat basically you took 34 points off the bench.
yep.
Yeah, burping, son.
Sorry. Go ahead.
You took 32 points, 34 points off the bench. The five out there is not going to be the five you're going to see if these guys make it to the conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
80 was a beast, of course. 34 points.
But nothing in the fourth, only a measly 2 points. He was 16 from 17 from the free throw.
That is going to be a problem. And that's what everybody keeps saying about AD. He has this superstar talent. But now, this is what they were saying in New Orleans. Where is he when we need him in the big moment? Will he be there for LeBron in the big moment? Yeah. Also for me, and I've been having arguments with people on social media ever since the game ended Thursday night about how LeBron was locking up Kawhi for basically one play. I'm like, people, the man chicken winged Kawhi, held his arm. If you look at the slow-mo replay, it's on YouTube everywhere. He held his arm, and everybody talk about, oh my God, after 17 years, here comes this man, he's still playing defense. No, he's fucking not, because last night, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but the Raptors did something to the whole Lakers team.
Yeah. Kyle Lowry went off on the Lakers.
Yo, son! Kyle Lowry, son! I can't believe I'm saying this shit. Oh. It brought a tear to my eye to see Kyle Lowry putting on a performance like that.
Well, don't put some respect on his name. He's a champion now.
Like I told you,
I said
I am sorry for what I said to him. Like I said, he nearly made my prediction not come to pass in the finals a couple years ago, or last year, of course. Yeah. But he redeemed himself in that, and I said my apologies. And now they have the championship DNA. But back to Thursday night. Thursday night, to me, it was like ebb and flows in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
The Lakers went up by 13.
Yep.
Early in the second quarter. Yep. It looked like, okay, this is what's supposed to happen. Like a depleted team, Kawhi and them, they're not in their legs. But then all of a sudden, boom, just like that, by the time you hit the third quarter, the Clippers are up by goddamn 11, 12. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How can this be? How can they say, oh, LeBron's playing the best and all the chemistry, whatever, and you're playing a depleted team and you're down by 11? Come on.
Well, listen, you gotta look at it a little bit too, right? Like the Lakers aren't at their full strength, right? I mean, Avery Bradley's gone. Who else?
Rondo.
Rondo's gone. So the Lakers wasn't at full strength, right? Rondo is supposed to be back for the playoffs, and you know how playoff Rondo could get, right?
Yeah. I respect them. I respect that man named playoffs.
You gotta respect playoff Rondo. So while the Clippers was without Trez and Lou Williams, remember
Chicken Wing Lou.
The Lakers are missing Rondo. I mean, I love the fact I'm a huge Dion Waiters fan. I love me some Dion Waiters.
Hey, I think he got
Yeah.
injured last night too, man.
No, did he? Oh, I didn't watch no.
I saw him hit the floor one time. He was holding his wrist a little bit. I don't know, but
Oh
go ahead.
man, on the shooting hand.
I don't. I think it was his shooting hand, maybe. But go ahead.
And Jr. Spliff. So,
Mr. Hennessy.
listen,
I see you, player.
Henny King. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the name, Henny King.
Henny King, man. You know, but listen, this win for the Lakers. And this is the thing. There's always a storyboard to the game, right? Like when you look at the game, what happens? Like you said, there's ebbs and flows. But there's always a story to why a team wins or lose, right? So this is just one of the many reasons why that a team could win, right? The Lakers played a little bit better, even though the Clippers were shorthanded. And then the Clippers turn over the ball. They gave up 29 points yesterday in turnovers. You can't turn over that ball that much and expect to win. But I would say this is that Lou Williams is giving you 18.7 a game. Montrez is right behind them with 18.6, right? So that's 37 plus points that you're missing.
And I said 34. It's even more points.
It's even more. But listen, I mean, the Lakers got to do better because when the Clippers are at full strength, it's going to be a problem, right? We don't know how Rondo would be back. We don't know how he would be coming back from the injury. You know what I'm saying? Because he would come around playoffs time. But listen, the Lakers got arguably two of the top 5 players in the league, right? Because
no, they do.
Listen, I like AD. I don't know if he's top 5, but he's a really good player. There's actually a list that I had put up as well for the top 20 players in the league that had actually Paul George sitting at number 15.
That's about right.
So a lot of the times you hear on these sports talk shows that the Clippers have 2 of the top 10 and the Lakers have 2 of the top 5. Well, Clippers may just have 2 of the top 15 depending on who makes the list. But I think Paul George sitting at number 15 is pretty decent, right? I don't think that's an issue.
And Paul George looked like Paul George in Indiana.
Well, he's not injured no more.
Right.
The shoulder's not an issue anymore.
Right. And I hope and pray he sits there and just be cool, take your time, play hard, take your time, but don't exert yourself so much. Wait for the playoffs to go full tilt and then just go for it. Because we all know injuries are going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
In July, he's come back from a broken leg for crying out loud, and he's back.
And he was better when he came back from the broken leg before all the shoulder injuries. I don't know if you remember that.
He was an MVP candidate a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And but for me, for your Lakers, a guy who I see being in that lineup as the 5th guy out there in the final 2 minutes, I like Alex Caruso. I
don't know. He was kind of fumbling at the point guard position.
But LeBron's playing point guard. That you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
But as the 5 guys you want out there, I think Caruso's starting to become that guy like you can trust.
It's true.
He's becoming the guy like he's made a few he made a key defensive play on Thursday night to keep the Lakers up by 3 when it looked like the Clippers were going to hit a 3-pointer in the corner.
Yeah.
And he made a fantastic defensive play.
Yeah.
That kept that game basically in their hands.
Yeah.
And even last night, I mean, he was a little shaky last night, but he's still, I think LeBron's going to trust him to be out there. I understand JR is his boy, is his guy, but
3 and D, man. 3 and D, man.
3 and D, but is his head going to be in the game? Is he going to do the same bullshit he did versus the Warriors and have his Hennessy moment?
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I mean, I don't know, man. I think JR kind of learned from that, right? Like, it was one mistake he made, even though it was a big mistake in the finals. But the crazy thing is like, the Cavs wasn't going to win that series anyway. Like,
no, but
you know what I mean? Like, what, you would have won one more game if he would have made the right call on that possession. But the Cavs was going to, at most, they could have took that Warriors team to 6 at most, and that's like David versus Goliath right there. You know what I'm saying?
And look, LeBron had 51 in that game.
Yeah,
51.
Yeah,
and they still listen when that play happened, and they went into overtime, you just saw LeBron's whole spirit just leave him for that game.
Yeah, because it's like, it's like playing 2K to a certain degree. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like something happens and you got a chance to win the game or you get the ball back unexpectedly. And you know that you're playing this Golden State team. This was the best team to probably in NBA history, right? If not, definitely top 3.
Yeah, it's top 3.
But you had to nail every chance that you got against him because you didn't know if you was going to get another chance against him. So it's like when you make a bonehead mistake like that and freaking you're going to be deflated, right? Now, good leader, you got to kind of pick up the pieces and go along, but against Golden State, especially that Golden State team, man, it was like hard, man. So I couldn't even blame LeBron for getting upset like that because it's like, yo, homie, what are you doing? You're supposed to point all the time. You're playing the best team to probably ever assemble.
You're playing the best team in the world, the defending champion.
Yeah, and but I think JR learned quite a bit from that mistake. It seems like he's more focused. It seems like he's been in game. He's in game shape. He's game ready. Because he's coming in and being a good supporting role and filling the roles of Avery Bradley and whatnot. But I'm excited about the Lakers team. It is a win that you look at and be like, there's 36 points not being accounted for. But the Lakers are missing some players too, and the problem with the Clippers is that they have continuity issues. The starting 5 for that team only played 11 games, and within that, 12, yeah. Within that, they've been 11-1, right? They've been 11-1 at full strength, which tells you how tough they can be. And
because defense wins championships. That's why.
Yeah, and listen, you got Lou Williams as a closer.
Chicken wing Lou.
Yeah, you got Montrez who'll give and that's the thing. Anthony Davis is playing a heck of a basketball game. He's playing really good basketball. He's always had crazy numbers, but if the Lakers are going to win a championship, right? You got to help LeBron. You can't provide 2 points in the
that can't cut
right?
it
Because Lakers almost lost. You know what I mean? You look at the box score. Yeah, go ahead.
Like I said, the reason LeBron is so lucky he caught his own rebound. Because like I said, those 5 guys on the floor will not be the 5 guys on the floor when they get to the conference finals, if they get to the conference finals. Those are not the 5.
Landry Shamet 1 for 8.
Right.
That can't, he's a really good shooter.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's not going to happen too often. But like I said, listen, Lakers fans shouldn't be too discouraged because there's always a story to a game of why teams win or lose. This is just having to be the Clippers were shorthanded. Landry Shamet shot 1 for 8. And Caruso's usually a bigger part. So I feel like as he get adjusted to his new role because of Avery Bradley and Rajon Rondo not being there, I think Caruso will produce more. I think what the Clippers in order have to do to win the NBA championship, and I know we're going a little bit ahead, is that they have to find a way to shut down Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Because I feel like at some point 35-year-old LeBron will show up being 35, right? Like there's going to be some moves that aren't as sharp, not looking as strong. And right now, LeBron is going to be the assist leader for the season.
He's a point guard. That's it.
He's going to be the assist champion for the season. But you see, he's trying to make an effort to get the other guys going and then get his shots going in the second half, and which I think is smart because LeBron needs to continue to do that to engage Anthony Davis, right? So the Lakers are looking at Anthony Davis as a number 1 guy coming LeBron retirement, whichever that is in 3 or 4 years, right? But there will be a time where there's a sharp decline for LeBron James in which Anthony Davis is going to be the number 1 guy. You know what I mean? And the Lakers and LeBron understands that in order for Anthony Davis to feel like that, because now the NBA players are more divas than they were back in the day, you have to get that guy involved. He has to be actively involved. And I love seeing AD hover around the perimeter and that's great and all. But listen, you're about 7 feet tall, so you need to just be banging down there. I know he's more of a finesse guy, but he needs to be banging down there low, especially in the playoffs, right? Because that's when the game becomes a half court. You're doing some pick and roll, some isolation on the post, you know what I'm saying, along the perimeter. Anthony Davis needs to go down there so LeBron James can operate, because LeBron is going to have to be the second half guy, like how he was in that Thursday game, right? And Anthony Davis just continues to be clutch from the free throw line like he was on that Thursday game, and I think the Lakers could win a championship. It'd be tough, but listen, I think they got enough talent. I think they definitely have enough talent.
A few more things. If people would go to the blog post on Facebook, I did I did an analysis on the game itself.
Mm-hmm. And you broke it down. Okay, Kenny.
No, whoa.
Okay,
that's way above. Listen, I'm just speaking from the fan perspective. Okay.
Oh, okay.
This was my thing, and a lot of people kept, like I said before, a lot of people kept saying, and were like in awe of like LeBron playing defense on Kawhi for that one play, and all of a sudden, LeBron is locking down Kawhi. No, he did not. Kawhi still had 26. Kawhi had 26, 28 points.
Yeah.
I mean, but people
they're talking about that they're talking about that play, right? The final possession where he guarded Kawhi, made Kawhi give the ball up, and then and then switched on Paul George.
He held Kawhi. He held Kawhi. He held him.
You're making some LeBron stands mad.
Of course they're going to be mad.
You're making LeBron stands.
Of course they're going to be mad. What else can they do? Because they know Kawhi's been locking this man up since he got in there as a pup. Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. Since he's been a pup. Damn, why am I hearing the echo?
No, you good. That was me. I'm just reading the comments. Go ahead, though. I'm listening. Nigel's Longworth say, "Yo, shout out to the Knicks and Tibbs, man. That's
Jesus Christ, man.
That's an old episode, Nigel. That's an old episode.
Nigel, come on.
The current stuff.
Come on, Nigel. Come on, man. Come on, man.
He just want to be different. Shout out to Marcus, who's watching the show right now.
Shout out to Nigel. Thank you for watching. But people act like Kawhi has never locked up LeBron. Like, from the time Kawhi has gotten into the league and Pop asked him as a San Antonio Spurs to go in there and play defense on LeBron, he's done a damn good job.
I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. It's like you don't lock down LeBron.
Well, okay,
like
okay.
You make his true shooting percentage go down.
But again,
it does help. It does help because superstars are gonna be able to score no matter what, and LeBron is the brightest of all the stars in the league right now. So
right, but again,
yeah,
when he was asked to do a job, Kawhi was tasked with guarding LeBron for the time he was supposed to guard LeBron, and he did an excellent job to the point where, and me and you saw the video where LeBron said when he was shooting the foul shots in San Antonio,
yeah,
I think it was game 3 or game 4, and LeBron was like, "Damn, he's coming back in the game." I'm like, "Yo, who the fuck does that?"
We're not haters, Nigel. Stop it.
We're not haters. Come on, man.
We're not haters,
but who does that? And then on my Facebook page, on the fan page,
yeah,
I show Kawhi Leonard swatting the hell out of LeBron, and people act like they forgot about that. I know it's been so long ago, but they forget about that.
Man, I don't know if you remember, man, when Kawhi was on the Spurs and LeBron was in Miami, and then LeBron saw that Kawhi was getting subbed. Like, LeBron was on the free throw line and Kawhi was getting subbed in. He saw him getting subbed in. He said, "Fuck."
That's what I mean. I just said that, but you cleaned it up for me. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. My bad.
No, you cleaned it up. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
Listen, Kawhi's a machine, man, and he's not one to be messed with. You know what I mean? Like, he's super clutch. I mean, that Golden State team, they were seriously depleted. But Listen, Kawhi on LeBron is no joke. It's never no joke. But I would tell you this: I do love the fact that LeBron is kind of taking the challenge, even though he hooked him, right? Like
He hooked him, bro. Come on.
I give LeBron a little pass. He's 17 years in the league. Like I know he spent $2 million on his body, but Father Time
He's undefeated.
Never lose. You know,
undefeated, baby.
So to watch this guy he's not going to win MVP, but to be second in the MVP talk, because I think Giannis is going to win. It's ridiculous. He's 35, man. Like, I ain't a LeBron fan, but
right.
You gotta
no moves McGee.
No moves McGee, man. No moves McGee. But you gotta give him his credit, man. And it's gonna be interesting, right? Like with all this talk, I hope to see that the Lakers and Clippers do end up playing in the playoff, preferably in the Western Conference Finals. Because I want to see, man. Like, you know, I feel like the bubble is a chance for anybody to win. Tell you the truth, but you know, you kind of want to see these guys go at it. It's been the talk all season long. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be interesting, man. But
of course.
let's change topic. We're talking about this game too much. We also want to discuss some of the NFL top. Go ahead.
Before we get to that, we got a little time. Before we get to that, some of the things that's been happening in the bubble. First of all, Bobo. Yo, son.
Yo.
I don't know what Denver is doing.
Most improved player. No, I mean he didn't. Man, if there was a projection from a draft pick or like from, because they put him to the G League for a little bit, right? To kind of develop him up, and then he's playing outstanding now. Shout out to my boy Papa Bear, Mr. Buddington. He said we're the best sports show ever. I like.
God bless you, man. God bless you.
God bless.
You see, the keep sweating is working, bro. The begging is working.
Thank you, and God bless.
The begging is working. Yeah. I'm gonna keep my keep sweat on, man. But listen.
Yeah, listen.
They have to incorporate this guy into the lineup. Stop bringing this guy in garbage time. I understand he's young and stuff like that, but you're in the bubble right now. You're basically in the playoffs. Bobo is a talent. Why is he not getting the burn? Like, you have to work him in there.
Listen,
work him in.
Gotta integrate him. I mean, he had a couple games. The season just started. I know he was looking really good in the scrimmages, right? But you gotta play some real games that matter first, right? So it's like, I know we're excited, but a lot of those games we just was watching were scrimmage games, right? We have to be careful about. But he's playing remarkable. So I understand what you're saying. It's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. But
it's just like
games as well.
It's just like Zion. It's like they don't know what to do with Zion right now.
Oh man, that was some other shit from the bubble, man. Fuck. Listen, I love what's his name, man, Alvin Gentry. But you gotta do a better job.
Come on, man.
He came back and he was healthy. Right, he didn't have the issues that he once had. He came back looking like a goddamn universal soldier.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let the man play, right? Because if you're trying to vie for a playoff spot, you gotta let Zion play. He's the best player. I love Brandon Ingram. Drew Holiday is a solid player.
Brandon Ingram is a problem, son.
Ingram is a problem, but Zion,
that dude's a problem.
You don't draft your number one guy. He got to learn on the job. That's it.
Word.
That's it.
As the number one pick.
As a number one pick, who's toted somebody who's, you know, people kind of look at him as the next LeBron. You know what I'm saying? I get his same kind of body size. He is like 30 pounds heavier, right? But listen, you got to let him learn on the job. You can't pull him out of close games. You know what I'm saying? If you want, keep B.I. in, keep Drew Holiday in. But listen, Zion has to be part of that, part of those final moments, you know?
They were winning. They were beating Utah so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. I flipped the TV off. When I woke up the next morning, they lost. And then I hear he only played 15 minutes. How the hell does that happen?
Yeah.
You have to leave Zion in the game.
Listen, who's the GM for the
David Griffin.
Listen, Alvin Gentry might be out of a job. He keep doing shit like that.
No. I wouldn't put I think this is from the ups that have given him the minutes restriction because Gentry wants to play this guy. How can you not want to play this guy?
Yeah,
You have to give him his shots. Like you said, he has to learn on the job. How can he learn on the job sitting on the bench?
Yeah, has to. I mean, who else on? What else is bubble news that came out that was kind of good? I know we're supposed to talk about the NFL. We'll get to.
No, we're gonna get to that.
Listen, interesting stuff that's coming out the bubble.
Besides chicken wings.
Besides the chicken wings, yeah. Besides the chicken wings, man. What about how do you like in the jerseys? What the players are wearing on the back of their jerseys?
No, it's a wonderful thing. It's a truly wonderful thing. Yeah. Like they've been talking about it for a couple of months now, but now that it's here, like I like it. You know, it's a little low key thing, but I really truly like it. It's something that needs to be said. It needs to be out there more.
Yeah.
You know, and all players are doing it. Most players are doing it.
Most players. So how you like in? What about the Jonathan Isaac thing?
I mean, Jonathan. Listen, the man's gonna do what he's gonna do. He's a young man. He's gonna do what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
He didn't say, "Oh, he didn't care about anything," but he said he feels like he doesn't have to do it for whatever reason he gave.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Listen,
I can't tell that man what to do.
Nigel, we're not shouting out the Knicks until they make a playoff run.
Word.
Right? At least at least win 2 games in the first round. Then we can say shout out.
Get there first.
Word. But I would say shout out to Mitchell Robinson because that's my dude, man.
And he about to get burnt into the ground. But
yeah. All right, let's talk about this top 100. Obviously, in the sake of time, we won't be talking about the top 100 because that would just be ridiculous. Right. But let's talk about the top 10 and kind of that list.
No. Forget the top 10 because the top 10 is to 10. We talk about the top 5.
Top 5. Okay.
Well, okay. Let me take it from here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
When I woke up Friday morning, I woke up. I flipped through my Facebook, and I saw that the top 100 was complete.
Right.
And I saw Lamar Jackson at number 1. And at first, right, hold on. And then my first thought was, how the hell is Lamar Jackson number 1? But then I had to really think about it. I said, you know what? This is not actually a bad thing. You look at it in 2 ways. One, if the players were looking at it from week 1 to week 17, yes, because I saw all those Baltimore Ravens games. Yeah. This dude was carving everybody. It's not only the Ravens defense, but he was carving everybody. Yeah. And on top of that, Mahomes got injured, of course, on the 4th and 1 play, which shouldn't have happened.
Yep.
That shouldn't have happened. It nearly cost the Chiefs the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. On top of that, he had 3,000 yards passing, 1,200 yards rushing. Never been done. He led the league in touchdowns with 36. He went 36-6, had 7 rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
And he was a unanimous MVP, and his team was the top team in the league.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, I get why he's number 1, but if Mahomes was number 4, how the hell do you go 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards 1 year is number 4, which was his first year out? I get that, but then come back, and this is why I say if they're doing the top 100 from week 1 to the Super Bowl, then we all know that Mahomes is number 1, and I think there's a little hateration involved because. Some of the players.
Ain't no hateration.
No. Listen, these are voted on by the players. There's always some bias going on. Look at Keenan.
This is what I love about this list. So it's voted by the players and not the media, right? So I feel like this list is more true than most, number top 100 lists that's being made, right?
Right. Go ahead. Look, and let me look at Keenan Allen. He say he's the best wide receiver amongst Mike Evans, Godwin. Like, no, you're not. If you can stay healthy, then we'll say, okay, you're the guy.
Yeah.
But besides that, shut your mouth, get yourself together, and stay healthy, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
But for me, Mahomes, I think there's a little hateration going on because he can't be 4th twice and doing what he just did. I've never seen nobody come back from 3 playoff games down 10 points and win all the games. That don't happen.
Yo, Russell's at number 2.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
If Russell could have been 2 or 3, I'd have been okay with it because Russell's doing it with no O line whatsoever.
So you say Mahomes over Lamar, so Lamar would be kind of.
But depending on how you're grading it, if it's from week 1 to week 17, okay, you put him at number 3. Aaron Donald slides at number 4. If you're doing it from week 1 to the Super Bowl, Mahomes is number 1. I say Russ is number 2, and then Lamar's number 3. Yeah. But again, it's up to the player to decide. I ain't a player. I'm not. I'm under 5'5", so what say do I fucking have? So whatever. But I'm just saying, like, come on, makes sense, guys. Makes sense. Please.
I feel you, man. All right, guys. On that note, I want to thank you for tuning in another episode. Let's be real.
Thank you.
If you got any questions and comments, make sure to hit us up at lbrstalk@gmail.com. If you could hit us on our YouTube channel, Let's Be Real Sportscast. Make sure to check out the LBRS Sports blog on Facebook, where Big Sharon does a good job of posting content in between episodes. It's real
Spotify, iTunes. Please subscribe. I'm begging at Mario Winans. Please subscribe, please.
All right, you guys. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and that's another episode in the bag. Peace.